Hi, I'm Lauren. I'm a conversion specialist with Command C, and today we are looking at product variants on category pages. So, this is really important as much as we want to focus a lot on product pages and the checkout in the cart. It's really important, especially for customers new to your site and that are browsing around, to provide enough information for them on the category pages without overwhelming them. So we're going to take a look at a few stores, give you some ideas of how they're doing it and what you might want to do on your store. So there are a couple different options for displaying this type of information. So for very visual products, especially ones in fashion and furniture, so a lot will want to display product swatches. So here on Warby Parker, you can see that we can easily get an overview of all the different frames as well as how they look in different colors. So the great thing about this is it prevents something called pogo sticking. So what that means is jumping back and forth between the category page and the product page, and that can be really frustrating for customers. It causes a lot of friction, and over time, if they keep doing it too much, then they might end up abandoning their shopping and come back later. They might not come back at all. Another example of this is with Allbirds. So they display their shoe, and they also show you that shoe in different color stylings. So the way they do that on mobile, which is something else you need to think about, is how to differentiate your product variants between desktop and mobile. So here they show a more minimal view, so they show these product swatches rather than the actual shoe thumbnail, since the screen is a lot smaller. So the reason this is important is uh, so like Allbirds will have this wool runner and they can show the different product variants, whereas a site like Keep Cup shows all of their different product variants as separate products. So rather than have one cup here with all the different color swatches, they're showing them as individual products. So something to think about, maybe if you have a smaller product line, is whether you want to do this or you want to show one main product and the different options available. So another example we're going to take a look at is Bang & Olufsen. So here on desktop you don't see any product options, but when you hover you're able to see them. And on mobile they choose to show the product swatches by default. So a different approach to showing product variants. And then we get to some furniture stores. So furniture can often have multiple variants to display, and here on process, so they choose to show that in text form, so 3 options available. When you hover on mobile, they show the color options here. On a site like Too Modern, so they don't show any swatches, they just mention that there are more colors or more options available. So something to think about if you have products with a lot of different variants. How many do you want to show? Which are the most important? And do you want to show them as text or the actual swatches? And then we get to a site like Bugaboo, so they sell strollers. And here on their category page, it's quite interesting because they're using these icons to differentiate the different strollers they have here, but they don't give any context about these icons. I'm assuming, okay, so if I click, I can see some extra information, but that also introduces some friction for the customer having to click through each one of these, remember what the icon means, and then differentiate between these. And then when you actually go to the product page for each stroller, you see there are other color options as well. So it's interesting that they chose to show these options here rather than color or a different variant. And then lastly we have Burrow, so they are specializing in furniture, and you can see here that they're showing color swatches for the fabric, even though they also offer the ability to choose different wood types, to change the table out here. So they're choosing to just show this main product variant, changing the color. So that's something else to think about. Do you want to show just one product variant or multiple, and how do you want to display those? So a couple different options among these different e-commerce stores that you can test out on your site. So I hope you got some ideas out of this video. Thanks.